I'm really sorry about today. Things got delayed due to some urgent stuff at the office, and I couldn't make it when we originally planned. I caused your parents a real inconvenience, too. Will you tell them I'm sorry?
Don't worry about it. It's fine. I know how hectic things are at work for you right now. The fact that you went out of your way to take any time to spend with us at all means a lot to us.
Thanks, Anna. I'm relieved to hear it. It's good of you to say that, but still... Can you believe we're this close to the wedding? I only just met your parents? It's pretty crazy. It's true, things are intense at work right now, but still... I think it was pretty sloppy of me to not somehow find time to meet them earlier.
It's cool, Jeff. Really. I told you. My mom and dad understand. I don't know what kind of overbearing tyrants you think they are, but they're actually super chill. I told them about you a long time ago, just after we started dating. You might only have just met them, but they know practically everything there is to know about you. They said it was a privilege to meet you today.
Then there's our mammoth age gap. I know this might sound weird coming from me, but surely there's no way you're not going to be at least a little apprehensive about their 22-year-old daughter marrying an old man like me.
Oh, stop it, Jeff. You're not an old man. Sure, you're no spring chicken, but you're only a slightly old man at worst. Besides, I don't care in the slightest. I love you for you, not some number, and my parents understand and respect that. They might have been nervous at first, but they're not now that they met you. The age gap isn't the only thing they were nervous about.
Really? What else?
Really? Well, you see, you work for a major global company that's always on commercials on TV, right? Not only that, but you're a top executive. My parents were surprised I managed to bag myself such a high-spec guy.
Believe me, I was way more nervous than they were.
Wow, really? You looked super confident to me.
Think about it. Both of your parents are in their early 50s, right? I'm almost the same age as them. It took some bravery to ask them to give me their daughter's hand in marriage. I can tell you that for sure.
I guess that makes sense. Anyway, the bottom line is, it went swimmingly. I'm so relieved we finally got it out of the way. Now all that's left is to wait for the wedding day.
Not long left now. At the beginning of next month, we'll be husband and wife.
Yup, I can't wait. But are you sure you don't mind? I noticed you didn't invite any of your coworkers. Is that okay? I hope you're not holding back on mine or my family's behalf.
Didn't I tell you before? You're the most important thing in the world to me, and our wedding day is going to be the most important day of my life. I couldn't bring myself to taint it with the presence of my coworkers.
I get that. I'm more thinking with regards to your position at work. Won't your coworkers be offended?
The people in my line of work aren't the kind of people to get offended by such trivialities. My position at work is predicated on nothing but my ability to do my job efficiently and effectively, which I'm damn good at if I say so myself.
Sure, from your perspective maybe, but I can't deny I'm worried.
It's fine, really. Besides, you do know you're about to commit to spending your entire life with me, right? You should be way more worried about that. This is the most important day of our lives we're talking about here, babe. Surely you don't want to spend it surrounded by crusty, pompous old corporate types. If I started inviting people from work, the church would end up looking like an old folks' home.
Good point. I probably would be a little nervous surrounded by all those bigwigs.
Right? That's why the guest roster is fine just the way it is. All of your friends are coming. So unless you do want to turn the church into an old people's home, or our wedding day into a corporate meeting, things are A-okay just as they are.
Thanks so much for thinking of me, Jeff. It means a lot. I'll promise I'll do my best to be the wife you deserve, and I'll never embarrass you.
It means a lot that you'd say that, babe. But don't overdo it. Me and you are a team. I want you to go at your own pace, and I want you to know that you can always speak to me if you're struggling with anything.
Okay, thanks, sweetie. Sorry to keep talking so late at night. You have work in the morning, right?
Don't be silly, I'm your husband. We're bound to keep each other awake far later than this. You're right, though. I do have work tomorrow, and I should really start winding down for bed. I'm gonna head off now.
Okay, good night, sweetie. I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. Jeff, where are you right now? Why aren't you at the church? The reception's about to start. Did something happen? Are you okay?
You must be Jeff's fiancé.
Huh? Jeff, what are you talking about?
Sorry, honey, I'm not Jeff. I'm the wife of the man whose phone this is. My husband will not be marrying you. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but you need to cancel today's wedding.
Huh? His wife? Cancel the wedding? What the hell is going on here?
My name is Teresa, and I'm Jeff's wife. It seems like my husband has some apologizing to do.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Is this some kind of prank? You wouldn't do that, would you? Is this really Jeff's wife?
Yes, it really is. I'm speaking to you from his phone right now. Your name's Anna, right? I'm so sorry for my husband's selfish, despicable behavior. There's no excusing what he's done, and you didn't deserve to be treated like this. Rest assured, I'll see to it that he takes all responsibility for the cancellation of the wedding.
Please just wait a sec. Even if you apologize.
I'm still not exactly sure what it is you're apologizing for. I understand this is a lot to take in, and I don't expect you to settle for a mere apology, which is why I'd like to give you some compensation. I'd really appreciate if we could settle this out of court. Is that all right with you, Anna?
Is it all right with me? Just hold on a second. I get that you say you're Jeff's wife, but how can you leap straight from that to offering to pay me compensation without even explaining what's going on? I had no idea Jeff was married. And if I'm honest, I find it a little hard to believe.
Well, he is, which is why I'm telling you I'd like to give you some compensation by way apology for his behavior. So please, forget about him. I know this must be upsetting for you, but as far as I can see, this is our best option. Let's make the best out of a bad situation, shall we?
You're just talking at me. Give Jeff the phone. I can't accept that I'll never see my husband again without even understanding why.
I'm afraid I can't put you onto my husband right now. If you won't accept the money without an explanation of what happened, I can give you a simple one. Will that satisfy you?
Will it satisfy me? You do know I was supposed to be getting married today? If you're seriously telling me I can't speak to my fiancé, then I won't listen to a word you say.
You're not the only victim here, you know. My husband cheated on me. I don't exactly feel like having an in-depth conversation with his lover. Surely you can understand why I feel that way.
I mean, sure, I do, but...
That said, I do also understand how you feel, which is why I'm willing to give you an opportunity to speak to Jeff. I'll arrange a meeting in a couple of days.
Really?
Yes, of course. I know you may feel you have no reason to trust me, but I want you to know that you can. As painful as this is, I want you to remember that we're not enemies.
Okay, got it. But make no mistake, that doesn't mean I accept what's going on here. I have to ask you, Teresa, how the hell did this happen?
It's actually very simple. My husband cheated on me with you, because things weren't going well between us. That's all there is to it.
That's it? How can you say that? We're engaged, and I just arrived at the church for the wedding. He met my parents, for crying out loud.
I know all that, and I can only apologize. It seems like my husband genuinely did intend to divorce me so he could marry you. It was when I found out about what he was doing behind my back that things came to a head. I can only apologize for not letting you know sooner.
If everything you just said is true, why the hell is he with you and not here at the church marrying me?
While having a heart-to-heart about the prospect of divorcing, I felt our old flame being rekindled, and we decided to give our marriage one last shot. This might sound mean, but I'm very grateful to you for that.
Grateful? Are you making fun of me?
I'm not making fun of you at all. To the contrary, I really am tremendously grateful. Me and Jeff have been married for 10 years, but we've never had a conversation as direct, as candid as this. It might sound crazy after everything that's happened, but thanks to you, we were finally able to repair our damaged relationship, and I feel like we're closer than ever now. That's partly why I want to pay you compensation. By way of thanks.
Stop screwing around! This is ridiculous, and I won't accept it! Have you even heard what you're saying? Are you telling me that my engagement, my wedding day, and all the hopes I had pinned on our future together are nothing more than the result of a marital dispute?
Look, you're probably gonna hate me for saying this, but no matter what you've allowed yourself to believe, there was no chance you were ever actually going to marry my husband. You should just be grateful for the fact you were able to dream about having a future with a man like him at all, even if only temporarily.
Excuse me? What the hell's that supposed to mean?
My husband's a top executive at a major global company. You're nothing more than a lowly receptionist at some irrelevant small fry company that no one's ever heard of. If me and my husband weren't going through a rough patch, he would have never even looked at you twice, let alone ask you to marry him.
Wow, thanks for showing me your true colors, Theresa. Who do you think you are, speaking to me like that?
Whether you're offended or not, it's the truth. Look, Anna, I'm willing to be understanding here. I won't ask you to return any of the expensive presents he sent you while you two were dating. On top of that, as I've told you, I'm also willing to pay compensation. I think you know most people wouldn't be this generous and forthcoming given the circumstances. I'm making a lot of concessions here. If you insist on continuing to throw tantrums in spite of my best efforts, I'll have no choice.
Throw tantrums? What exactly do you mean by that? Do you think I'm being selfish?
Jeff is a married man. There's no denying his behavior has been unacceptable, and I'll be the last person to make any apologies for him. But the sooner this shameful scandal is swept under the rug, the better.
Wow. So mine and Jeff's relationship is nothing more than a shameful scandal?
Unlike you, my husband is highly respected, with a name and an image that took decades to cultivate, and which must be protected and maintained at all costs. Please consider and understand. You can speak about this in detail with him in a few days. I'll arrange a meeting soon, which I'll also be present for. Is that okay with you?
Fine. Do whatever you want.
Anna, I'm so sorry what happened today at the meeting. My wife completely lost it. She said all sorts of horrible things. You didn't deserve any of it. I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry for everything I put you through.
Just forget it. We can put the lid on this whole horrible saga as soon as I have my money. I don't ever want to think about this again. Anyway, are you sure you have the permission to be speaking to me right now? Be careful, your wife might get angry with you.
It's okay. I told her I was going to message you.
That's a surprise. Did she lose her temper?
Maybe she would normally, but right now she's more concerned about you telling people about what she did to you today. And she's willing to turn a blind eye to me talking to you if it means preventing that.
Interesting. I see she's just as cautious as ever.
Don't say it like that. She's only trying to protect me in the only way she knows how. Even still, there's no excuse for the things she said to you today. She behaved deplorably at what should have been a meeting to set things straight and clear the air, and I'm sorry for that. What she said was rude and sensitive and disrespectful.
Not really. It's just like your wife said, I'm nothing more than a naive little girl. And she's right. After all, me and you live in different worlds.
As well as that, the way she seemed to think she had license to yell obscenities at you and force you into settling out of court just because she's offering to pay you compensation was shameful. I'm sorry this whole discussion has gone ahead on our terms.
Don't sweat it, Jeff. Unlike me, you're highly respected and have a name and image that took decades to cultivate that must be protected and maintained at all costs. You're not a naive little girl like me. I get it. You're so many leagues above me. I should be grateful just to have had the opportunity to even dream about us being together. Marriage was nothing more than a fantasy, and I was naive and stupid to let myself believe otherwise. Knowing all of that, how could I object to settling things on your terms?
Come on, Anna, please, it wasn't like that. Me and you had something. Stop treating me like we're strangers all of a sudden.
Me and you? What exactly does that mean, Jeff? I was nothing more than a cheap fling to you.
No, that's not true. I was seriously thinking about marrying you. Surely you know you meant something to me. Surely you understand what we had isn't something that couldn't be faked.
Gross. Give me a break. I want nothing to do with you ever again. Your wife will be pleased. She can have you all to herself now. I'm happy for us to settle this out of the court. Lord knows I don't have the strength to go before a judge. All I ask is that you leave me alone. I never want to hear from you again. I mean it.
Anna, please don't speak like that. Look, I behaved shamefully. There's no excusing what I did. I know that. The way I felt about you was real.
Real? Despite secretly having a wife the whole time? You've got some nerve.
I'm sorry, but I still love you, Anna. Even now. Please understand that.
That's funny. I heard you and your wife made up and decided to give things another shot. That doesn't feel like love from where I'm standing. Not from me, at least.
We may have reconciled, but only on the surface. All that woman cares about is my position in the company, my salary, and my reputation. Without those things, she'd be gone in a heartbeat. She hardly spoke to me at all today.
Wait, so what you're saying is that you guys divorced over your affair? It'd get out and turn into a huge scandal, which would mean your image in the eyes of the world would take a hit, maybe even jeopardizing your position at the company. So instead of being true to yourself and honest about your feelings, you'd rather live a lie by staying in a loveless relationship with someone who only likes you for your wallet?
You put it bluntly, but yeah, I guess that more or less sums it up. Surely you understand it's not possible for me or Teresa to love each other in these circumstances. You're more important to me than she ever was, now and forever.
I see. Okay, well, so what? Why are you even telling me this? What do you want me to do?
Okay, babe, listen, and this is only a suggestion, but would you consider being my lover?
Excuse me? Your lover? Have you lost your mind?
I know I'm only repeating what you said here, but you're right. I do have a name and an image to protect, which means divorcing my wife over an affair is totally out of the question. Me and you continuing our relationship behind the scenes, however, is more than doable. That damn woman never had any interest in me to begin with.
Is that why you're asking me to be your lover? Don't screw around, Jeff! You wouldn't believe how close I am to blocking you right now.
Whoa, let's not do that. Please, babe, don't get mad with me. Please try to understand I'm in a difficult situation here. If we break things down, this is actually super simple. The way I see it, there are two problems here. One, the fact that I kept my marriage a secret from you. And two, the fact that as loveless and superficial as it is, I'm trapped in said marriage for a number of reasons. But now that you know everything, if we carry on seeing each other behind closed doors, those problems disappear. And I'll send you some money every month, too. You'll never struggle financially as we're together, Anna. I promise you that.
You must be insane. Obviously, it's a no-brainer that your wife won't go along with this. But what about my parents? If you think I'm furious about how you abandoned me on my wedding day, you should have seen my parents' reaction. They're out for blood. You better hope you never run into them.
Like I just said, it's not a problem if we keep it secret. Sure, it might be difficult for us to meet at times, and it won't be anything like before, but I don't care. If I can be with you, I'm happy. I don't want to end things between us. You mean too much to me. Surely you feel the same. You want to be with me too, right? If you do, let's do it. I'm ready and willing to do whatever it takes to protect our love, you and me, babe.
Okay. If you put it that way, I'm ready too.
Really? Oh, I'm so pleased. I knew I could count on you to do the right thing. I knew you. I knew our love would pull through in the end. Thank you so much for giving me another chance, babe. You won't regret it. I can't wait to see you again.
Yep, I can't wait either. After everything that's happened, I'm fully committed to seeing this through to the very end. I hope you're committed to seeing it through to the end too, Jeff.
Hey, Anna, I just arrived at the meeting spot. How long before you get here?
Not long now. But first, I owe you an apology. I know it's unfair for me to call you away from your work for a covert meeting like this despite you being crazy busy.
Don't be silly, babe. I understand we have to do it this way so nobody finds out. Besides, it's a small price to pay if it means I can be with you.
Are you sure you don't mind? You were at the office and probably had a lot to do, right?
The company president wasn't at work today. Sneaking away every now and then is no big deal, really. I could always make up for the lost time another day. Plus, this will be the first time we actually meet since deciding to go ahead with this new style of relationship of ours. Because I've been so busy lately. I'm so excited to meet you. Slipping away when no one's there to notice me is nothing if it means I get to be reunited with the love of my life.
The company president said he's really looking forward to being reunited with you too.
Huh? The president?
Yeah, the president. You know, the guy who runs our company. You know, your boss. Can you imagine how shocked he must have been to find out one of his top executives would sneak away from the office for a seedy tryst with his lover? He said you were the last person he would have ever imagined doing something like this, and he wants to see you ASAP.
Whoa, hold on a sec. What? You're joking, right? Tell me it's a joke. Real funny, babe. You're just trying to shock me, right? This is all a big prank, isn't it? Good one. You can drop the act now. You've had your fun, please.
Like I'd do something like that. If you don't believe me, how about I send you a pic of the two of us?
No, what the hell? Why would the president... wait, just hang on a sec. You and him don't even know each other, so what you're saying is impossible.
Oh dear, Jeff. You don't know, do you? My parents were in the same class as your president back in school. They were all friends back then, and have always kept in touch. They very kindly agreed to arrange for him to meet me.
They were? If that's the case, why didn't they mention it when I met them before the wedding?
It's hardly the kind of thing they go out of their way to tell you. Besides, it's not like it makes them special or anything. They were just in his class. So what?
Sure it doesn't. But why the hell are you with the president right now? He told me he had a lunch meeting today with the president of another company he's looking to go into business with.
A lie to lull you into a false sense of security, obviously.
Why would you do this?
To take revenge against you?
Revenge? What are you talking about? None of this makes sense. Look, I'm not gonna lie that hiding my marriage from you for all that time was despicable, and I'll be sorry until the day I die. But I thought you forgave me.
Huh? Did I? That's funny. I don't remember forgiving you. I don't remember even saying anything that would make you think there was a chance I might forgive you. You seem to be making quite the misunderstanding.
But you said you'd be my lover.
You know, what surprises me the most is that after hiding the fact that you were married and cheated on your wife with me, after destroying all my hopes and dreams for the future and crushing me emotionally on what was supposed to be the happiest day of my life, you actually have the nerve to ask me to be your lover? Did you seriously think I was gonna forget everything you did to me and do what you wanted just so you could protect your precious image?
But you agreed to go along with it.
Like hell I did! It probably just sounded that way to you because you were thinking with that thing in your pants instead of your head. You creepy sex-obsessed old man. You're gross.
Creepy, sex-obsessed old man. You watch your damn mouth, Anna. Just because I acted wrongly in the past doesn't give you the right to speak to me like that. I'm old enough to be your dad. You should have more respect for your superiors. What disgraceful behavior.
You're the one who always made a big song and dance about the fact that we had an age gap. Admit it. You got off on it. You deceived me with a stupid pack of lies. Then you have the nerve to try and use your privileged financial position to stop me taking you to court by offering me a huge compensation packet? That's called a bribe. You and your wife are just as bad as each other. In a way, you're a perfect match. You should have thought twice before trying to make a fool out of me.
I wasn't, babe, I swear. Why did you have to go doing this? I get that you're upset, but calling the president out was too far. You crossed the line here, Anna. You do realize I could lose my job over this.
Duh. Why do you think I did it? You can hardly complain about losing everything and having your life ruined. when you did the exact same thing to me by treating me like a pawn to be used and manipulated for your twisted satisfaction like some mega maniacal narcissist.
It wasn't like that. I really liked you, babe. I mean, like present tense. But that's not the point right now. What the hell am I supposed to do? And like you, I'm very important. I have a position and a reputation to think about. The goings-on in my private life carry far more weight than those of a naive, insignificant little girl like you. The world is watching, and it's not going to be impressed. Oh my God, what have you done?
To quote my parents, whether a 22-year-old girl or a balding old man, no one's life is more valuable than another's.
Screw your parents. Do not lump me in with the likes of you. We are not the same.
You're such a charmer, Jeff. I don't know what I even saw in you. You're right, though. Let's face it, I've still got my whole life ahead of me. My life has a lot more value than someone who's about to lose everything. Their wife, their home, their job. Oh, and not to forget their precious, squeaky clean reputation. Sorry, Jeff.
My wife? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this cheap little fling of ours. You know, that I'm your lover. I told your wife everything.
Huh? What the heck did you go and do?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. You never told me that your wife just so happens to be best friends with the president's wife. I made sure to tell the president to let his wife know all about how you two joined forces to try and pay me off to keep my mouth shut. She's gonna know everything soon, which means you're not only the one who's about to lose everything. You can both sink to the depths of despair together. Kinda romantic, huh?
You went to those lengths? What's your endgame? Our lives are over because of you.
I already told you, didn't I? Revenge. You two are both just as selfish, manipulative, vain, and arrogant as each other. A match made in heaven. Now you can burn in hell together for all I care.
How could you do this? You're evil. I'm gonna lose everything. My job, my friends, everything. It's over. What am I supposed to do now?
Chill. Like I said, you won't be completely alone. Look on the bright side, you and your wife get to burn in hell together now. Thanks for your commitment, Jeff. I'm glad you saw this through to the end with me. Enjoy the rest of your lives together in disgrace and isolation. I hope things aren't awkward between you now. After that, Jeff's company president arrived at the secret meeting location and fired him on the spot, thus making him unemployed, his worst nightmare now a reality. Not only that, but his marriage fell apart, again, after his wife found out he'd lied to her once more when she read mine and his highly incriminating chat logs. All of Jeff's friendships and social connections revolved around his company due to him being a severe workaholic. Which meant that when word of his true colors as a lying sleazebag spread, not a single ally or sympathizer remained. His partner in crime and fellow scumbag, aka his wife, was incensed by what he'd done, and now hates him even more than ever. He's all alone in this big, wide world, without a single person to call his friend. What happened to his wife, you ask? To put it simply, she lost everything, just like her husband. Her world fell apart shortly after her best friend, the president's wife, found out what she'd been up to behind the scenes. Despite hating each other's guts, they couldn't bring themselves to divorce, because they knew it would mean being even more alone than they already were. Faced with a dilemma, they decided to hit rock bottom together. They do say misery loves company. I shudder to imagine what the atmosphere inside that house must be like. If you ask me, I did actually think she'd divorce him. But Jeff being a massive workaholic means he's completely incapable of doing housework, and probably wouldn't be able to survive on his own. And his wife being his wife, having clung to nothing but her husband's social status for so long, must have also felt instinctually that she wouldn't make it without him. I guess they figured if they were going to hit rock bottom, they should do it together. Just as I predicted, the two of them plummeted down into the depths of hell because of their unparalleled hubris and selfishness. I hope the flames keep them nice and warm.